The Bible tells us in Matthew chapter 27, verse 50 and 51, Jesus, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost. This was the moment that he died. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom. Now listen to this. And the earth did quake, and the rocks rent. The earth did quake, and the rocks rent. Three ancient historians, Phlegon, Thaddeus, and Julius Africanus, all recorded that on the day that Jesus died, darkness filled the whole earth, and there was a sizable earthquake. Now it's very interesting. The Bible says the earth did quake and the rocks rent. When the Bible says the earth did quake, the word earth is the Greek word geis. And this word geis is really the word for the planet or for the earth, the whole earth. Which tells us this earthquake was so significant, it was not just a local event. The entire earth, the whole planet, literally quaked. It shook. The word quake is the Greek word seismos, the very word we use for a seismograph, which is the registering of an earthquake, the word seismos. It refers to seismic activity or great movement underneath the layers of the earth. This would be an earthquake. So now we find the very moment when Jesus cried out and gave up the ghost, when Jesus said, "It is finished." And that final drop of blood hit the ground. The whole planet began to heave. It began to shake, almost as though the earth itself was moaning. And not only that, but the Bible tells us the rocks were rent. The word rocks is the Greek word petra. It refers to massive, massive rocks. We're talking about the rocks down in the undercrusts of the earth. And when the Bible says they were rent, it is the word schizo, which describes something that is broken, something that's cracked, something that's fragmented. This earthquake was so massive, it even affected the deep, deep layers of the earth. Now, it's an amazing thing to me. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 11, says that Jesus came unto his own, speaking of people and particularly the Jews, and his own received him not. They did not recognize him, but creation always recognized him. When Jesus would speak to nature, nature knew he was the creator. He was able to turn water into wine. Jesus was able to walk through walls. Jesus was able to raise the dead. Jesus could walk on water. With one prayer and loaves and fishes in his hands, he could multiply food to feed masses because nature, science, creation always recognized him. Always. People didn't recognize him, but nature knew who he was. And when that final drop of blood fell from the cross and hit the earth, and Jesus cried out and said, "It is finished," and gave up the ghost, the earth recognized the death of its creator. And in that moment, the entire planet began to moan as a worldwide earthquake began to take place, an earthquake so deep it even cracked the very deepest layers of the earth itself. Isn't it an amazing thing? People didn't recognize him, but creation knew who he was. The winds and the waves obeyed him, the molecules obeyed him. But yet Jesus didn't come just for the molecules, for the wind and for the waves. He came for me and he came for you. And the Bible says, to all who will receive him, to them gives he the power to become the sons of God. And because you and I have made him the Lord of our lives today, his power, his authority has come to us. He has adopted us. And today we're the sons and the daughters of God. And today we recognize him. Aren't you grateful that Jesus died for you? Especially at this time of the year when we're celebrating Easter. You need to take special time to read this and to think about everything that happened so that today you can be called a son or a daughter of God.